Vision is an artificial intelligence, a synthezoid created by the villain Ultron, and an Avenger who possesses the power to alter his density at will. Having gained a modicum of humanity, Vision is always afraid he may one day lose touch with it. Versus Martian Manhunter. Sole survivor of the Martian people, John Jones, was teleported to Earth decades ago by Dr. Saul Erdel. Since then, he has adopted Earth as his new home, playing many roles over his time with humanity, and even a founding member of the Justice League. I'm the Shinnin, and I'm here to analyze their powers and strengths to uncover who would win in a one-on-one fight. In Avengers number 57 and number 58, further expanded in West Coast Avengers number 42, the superpowered android known as the Vision was brought to synthetic life. His introduction in Avengers number 57 quickly established him as one of the most intriguing new additions to the Marvel Universe. However, the Vision didn't begin his heroic journey on friendly terms. In fact, his first encounter with the Avengers was as an enemy. He later revealed that he had been programmed by his creator, the malevolent automaton Ultron 5, to destroy Earth's mightiest heroes. Ultron 5, who had recently clashed with the Avengers himself, sought to use the Vision as a weapon against them. Fortunately, the Vision defied his programming. He turned against Ultron 5, defeating his creator, and in doing so, earned the trust and respect of the very heroes he was built to destroy. Back at Avengers headquarters, the Vision was encouraged to delve into his memories to uncover more about his origins. In doing so, he recalled the moment of his creation at the hands of Ultron 5. Even then, the newly activated android was filled with a deep curiosity, far more than what would be expected from a mere machine. As the Vision recounted his story, Goliath, Hank Pym, noticed striking similarities between the Vision's solar-powered design and that of a failed experiment he had once abandoned, a synthetic organism known as a synthezoid. Goliath soon realized that his abandoned creation had evolved into Ultron 5, who in turn created the Vision. Further revelations came to light. Ultron 5 had stolen the brain patterns of the superhero Wonder Man and implanted them into the Vision. It was this addition that gave the android his strong will, moral compass, and the capacity to feel emotions, traits that distinguished him from other machines. Over the years, the Vision's origin has been modified and expanded. One of the most significant revelations involved the nature of his physical body. In a twist connecting the character to Marvel's Golden Age, it was revealed that Ultron 5 didn't build the Vision's android shell from scratch. Instead, he abducted the inert body of the original Human Torch, a character created in the 1940s who, unlike the Fantastic Four's modern Torch, was himself an android. Ultron then forced the Human Torch's original creator, Professor Phineas Horton, to alter the android's face and reanimate him. With Wonder Man's brain patterns added to this reconstructed body, the Vision was born. Since his debut in 1968, the Vision has undergone numerous transformations, some of them drastic. Yet through all his evolutions, he continually returns to the form that fans cherish most. A synthetic being capable of deep humanity, who consistently makes profound sacrifices for the greater good. Vision may be one of the most underrated powerhouses in the Marvel Universe, but make no mistake, his abilities are nothing short of astounding. And where better to start than with the most obvious, his raw strength. Vision once pried War Machine free from the grip of none other than the Phoenix Force. Yes, that Phoenix Force, the immortal cosmic entity that embodies life, death, and rebirth itself, the nexus of all physical energy across time. And Vision didn't just intervene, he broke its hold. Then, just to drive the point home, he face-stomped a Phoenix-empowered Namor. Still not impressed? How about this? Vision once went toe-to-toe with the Silver Surfer and nearly won. That's the same Silver Surfer who wields the power cosmic, an energy source so limitless it grants godlike abilities. Resurrection, time travel, mass manipulation, telepathy, teleportation. You name it. The fact that Vision held his own in that kind of clash is mind-bending. Then there's the moment of pure destructive elegance, Vision once dropped from a mile-high altitude at maximum density and laid out Count Nefaria. The impact triggered earthquakes that rippled hundreds of miles away. That's not just power, that's precision devastation. And strength is only half the story. Vision's durability might be even more terrifying. He once took a direct hit from Count Nefaria, a villain even stronger than Thor, and shrugged it off. But perhaps the most jaw-dropping moment? Vision blocked a full-speed charge from Hyperion, Marvel's answer to Superman. That's not just durability, that's tank-level resilience. So when he casually walks through Iron Man's repulsor blasts like they're water pistols? That's Tuesday. When he takes 2 direct blasts from the Phoenix Force and walks away without a scratch? That's legendary. And here's a fascinating little detail. Vision, like Superman, is powered by solar energy. The jewel on his forehead? Not an infinity stone. Not in the comics, anyway. It's a solar gem, which collects sunlight and powers his systems. That same gem, it's not just a battery, it's a weapon. Vision has fired solar beams powerful enough to blind Ultron, knock Wonder Man into the stratosphere, and blast both Falcon Cap and Jane Foster Thor straight out of the sky. And finally, let's not forget what Vision is. A synthezoid, a living, thinking machine. He evolves, constantly. With each technological advancement, Vision upgrades himself. He adapts, refines, and perfects, which means that one day, if the upgrades continue, Vision could become the most powerful Avenger of them all. One version of John Jones's origin tells of his role as a manhunter, a revered peacekeeper and guardian of justice on Mars. Gifted with extraordinary abilities including telepathy, shape-shifting, and energy manipulation, he was not only a formidable warrior, but also a brilliant detective with a compassionate heart. Among the greatest of the manhunters, John protected his world with unwavering dedication. In 1955, Earth scientist Dr. Saul Erdel, experimenting in secret with alien, possibly Martian technology, inadvertently activated a device that tore John from his home and transported him across the vastness of space. The shock of witnessing the towering green-skinned alien proved too much for Erdel, and he died of heart failure, leaving John stranded on an unfamiliar world with no way to return. Determined to make the most of his exile, John resolved to continue his mission of justice on Earth. Over the years, he has taken on many roles: detective, spy, superhero, diplomat, even corporate leader. Each identity a means to uphold truth and protect the innocent. Though far from Mars, he remains ever faithful to his duty, a silent guardian watching over his adopted world, the Manhunter from Mars. Another version of his story begins on Mars itself. This retelling focuses on John Jones's desire to lead his people toward a future of peace and prosperity. In the New 52 rendition, the Martians are portrayed as a telepathic race, deeply connected to one another and in perfect harmony with their planet. Naturally, great expectations fall upon anyone who aspires to lead such an enlightened people. John accepts the challenge. To prove himself, he agrees to undergo a sacred rite of passage, an intense period of isolation where he must sever all telepathic links and detach from the present reality. The purpose is clear: to prepare him for unforeseen trials, for the heavy burden of leadership often brings with it moments of deep solitude and impossible decisions. But when he returns, triumphant from his training, he is met not by celebration, but by devastation. His home is in flames. The once thriving planet is now a smoldering ruin. There is no one left to lead, no voices to hear, only silence. In that moment of profound loss, he takes on a new name: Manhunter, the last survivor, the guardian of a legacy that perished in fire. From that day forward, he dedicates himself to uncovering the truth behind the fall of the paradise he once dreamed of building, and to ensure such a tragedy never happens again. Martian Manhunter is one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe, possessing a vast array of abilities that rival, and in some cases surpass, those of Superman himself. His core powers include telepathy, precognition, flight, and atomic vision, the latter being intense energy blasts fired from his eyes. Alongside these, he has the more traditional superhero traits of super strength, speed, durability, and stamina. Despite his incredible abilities, he also harbors a significant vulnerability: fire, a psychosomatic weakness deeply tied to the trauma of his species' extinction. In Justice League of America number 86, Superman once described Martian Manhunter as the most powerful being on the face of the earth. And with good reason, his powers have evolved dramatically over the years, making it clear that what we know of his capabilities is only the surface. Martian Manhunter has performed feats that speak to his titanic strength. Notably, he joined forces with Superman and Wonder Woman to tow the entire Earth using Wonder Woman's lasso. He's also dealt serious damage to Superboy Prime, one of the most formidable characters in DC lore. His speed enables him to travel through space at near light speed, and he's kept pace with Superman and even the Flash on multiple occasions. His invulnerability is remarkable, having taken blows from Despero, a villain physically stronger than Superman, and still stood his ground. Even when injured, his regenerative healing factor is so powerful that he once regrew his entire body from a severed arm. Martian Manhunter's Martian physiology grants him the ability to survive for extended periods without food, air, or rest. His shape-shifting abilities go far beyond cosmetic changes. He can manipulate his body's density, allowing him to become either ultra-dense for added strength and resilience, or intangible to phase through solid matter. He possesses energy projection through his eyes, X-ray vision, and the ability to generate hurricane-force winds or freeze enemies with his breath. But where he truly stands apart is his mind. His telepathy is so advanced that he's read the minds of every person on Earth simultaneously. He has even penetrated the mind of the Spectre, the embodiment of divine vengeance in the DC universe. In addition, Martian Manhunter is a potent telekinetic, capable of generating force fields and launching psionic blasts that can devastate his foes. Martian Manhunter remains a cornerstone of the Justice League and one of the most formidable characters in the DC universe. A being whose strength, versatility, and intellect position him as arguably equal to, if not more powerful than, Superman. All right, let's dive into this. Vision versus Martian Manhunter. They're both iconic superpowered characters from different universes, and each brings something unique to the fight. Now, I'll analyze their strengths, durability, and versatility to uncover who would win in a one-on-one fight. 1. Strength Vision took on Phoenix-empowered Namor, pried War Machine from the Phoenix Force, and dropped a density-maxed seismic nuke on Count Nefaria. While Martian Manhunter helped tow Earth alongside Superman and Wonder Woman, tangled with Superboy Prime and Despero, both of whom have gone toe-to-toe with Kryptonians. Edge, Martian Manhunter. While Vision is a powerhouse, John's strength feats, like towing a planet and going at it with Kryptonian-level threats regularly, are next level. 2. Durability. Vision took hits from Count Nefaria and Hyperion without flinching, shrugged off Phoenix Force blasts, and walked through Iron Man's arsenal like it was a summer breeze. While Martian Manhunter survived blows from Despero, regenerated his entire body from just an arm, and withstood some of the most powerful attacks in the DC universe. Edge. Martian Manhunter. Vision is insanely durable, but John's regeneration gives him a major edge. He can come back from nearly anything. Lastly, versatility. Vision has density manipulation, intangible or ultra-dense, solar blasts that can knock gods out of the sky, flight, technopathy, and constant self-upgrades. While Martian Manhunter has telepathy, planetary scale, shape-shifting, invisibility, intangibility, atomic vision, freezing breath, telekinesis, force fields, flight, speed, X-ray vision, and more. Edge, Martian Manhunter. Vision has versatility, but John is an entire Justice League's worth of powers in one being. Vision is massively underrated and could take down a lot of top-tier characters. But Martian Manhunter is just on another level. He has the raw power, versatility, mental domination, regeneration, and speed to outlast and outfight Vision in most scenarios. And with all this, winner, Martian Manhunter.